Hey Randy, good evening. Glad you could make it. How are you doing on this Labor Day weekend? Trying to see where we don't need to have that on 10x anymore. We can drop that down to 2. I have equipment and it's actually still over here. So what we need to do, go to enter in this vehicle. We are helping out a neighbor. A couple fields we actually got to do for them. Got our new equipment right here, which we'll get over to the barnyard after. I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope I'm coming through clear. Played around a little bit with some audio earlier. Still trying to get the streaming stuff back to what it used to be. And even that wasn't the best. So we're trying to actually have good stuff going, because I plan on streaming more often during the winter now. One of the things I noticed, I hadn't streamed since March 11th. Was the last time I ran a stream. Before last night, so it had been a while. A lot of stuff's changed. Obviously Windows programs have changed, OBS is updated, a lot of different things going on. Randy, that's great to hear. I got a 3-day on my end, but may end up working half a day Monday. We'll see. I always do kind of find it funny. Labor Day is a day that, you know, you're expected to take off, but it's a day about labor, right? But joking aside, no, I hope everybody's doing well. Again, hoping audio's coming through a little more crisp last night. I was picking up some background noise. I noticed when I went back and listened to it this morning. So hopefully we're taking care of that. Hopefully we're not getting stuck over here. So we got 3 fields we're gonna harvest. They're all beans, I'm pretty sure. They're all around us too. So like I said, helping out the neighbors. And they're all going to the same location, which is kind of nice. Problem is, though, they are out here. I also played around with my sensitivity on the wheel and stuff today. I think I might have broke it further. We'll have to see about that. But ideally, it'd be nice to do this once or twice every week. After hours, kind of late stream, that's what works for me. Schedule is just pretty busy during the day, and I'm a person, if it's nice outside, I kind of want to get outside. So now this is where it's going to get tricky, I think. Obviously, this is the end of the map. I did it without taking out corn or botted them out, but roll this back. This trailer is from OS Modding and Mapping. As you see, you even got the Smebby's trailer sales on the truck as well. The truck is also his, which I did not even realize I had grabbed that truck out of all of them. Very nice. And it is the 9900, so I probably should put that together. It's going to be a while. So let's go to the map. We're going to work this field, and then we need to look at how we actually get to field 25, because I think it might be back behind our farm. Same with field 28. There might be a road alongside our cornfield that takes us there. But then we'll knock out our own set of beans in the farmyard, get those loaded up, and then we will make do with our remaining cornfields, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cornfields to do, a fair amount of acreage. It's already 10 a.m. because I had it on 10x speed and didn't realize it. Let's run back over. We don't need that one yet. We do need to get the Magnum out there though. A new powerhouse. Got the game audio dropped a little bit, but it's still loud. Let me know. I know we're getting sleep when we can do that. So there is definitely a road that goes out there, so that field is covered. Now I'm gonna grab our grain cart here. And I'm gonna take a gander and see if we can get to the other field from behind the house. Or do we have to use all back roads? We'll be down behind this, right? Yeah, I can see our harvester way out in the distance. Come look at the map. I just don't think there's a lane out there. Unless I am missing it. I'm gonna drive around real quick and see. No, there's nothing there. That section over there goes around the pond, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to go through the other side. So now we know we have to go the back way. Or I guess you say the main way, the roadway. We got one car coming. Oh, that's setting me up right there. Stops on a dime in front of me like that. Come on. Let's get the flashers on. Maybe we can put on the warning strobes on top. And one thing I want to make sure works tonight too is getting the right chats here. We had one on Twitch last night. I see we got a couple more followers today on Twitch. I appreciate that. I see a few of you are in here from YouTube right now. If you got Instagram, go check out the Instagram. It's Farmer Taz Gaming. Just the handle. You'll see it, recognize it. It's got all the same logos and plenty of farm sim photos. Time we get there, this harvester probably will need us. Yeah, ripping this 33 miles per hour. I know it's possibly blocked out on YouTube. I might have to take the watermark off and create my own because it's just in a bad place, and I never realized, even in my actual videos, I don't remember it being that high. So there's our blue lights. And we are here in time. After this back, we should be moving out of the way. We get hooked up here and unloaded. I can't believe we bought that other Magnum, and then this turned up on sale right after. Actually, we're waiting for him to do it. Let's go online and take a gander at what's on the market for us here. A lot of the stuff we saw yesterday, last night. Anything stand out to anyone else? Not really seeing any groundbreaking stuff. Telehandler kind of nice. Whoa, the Kubota. It's the 5.3 ton. I think the other one's what, 4.7? That's debatable. No, now I'm curious. What is the other side? We don't have the other one. Yeah, that's 2.9. That one's too light. That's 5.9 is what those are. $25,000. Yeah, we don't need to buy the track one then. I thought he'd be ready to go. Pulling off. Still working. We're going to go down and swing around and probably unload on the go to keep this operation rolling. Let's also remember to start. There we go. Really? It's not going to shoot? But these axle flows could really throw it. He's going to get going. I am Randy. Extra used vehicles, I think is the mod. It's on their GitHub. It's on one of the GitHubs. I'm trying to think who the creator is. I have it somewhere. Hold on. Here, I'm gonna find that for you, Randy. I got it right here. Thought I had it. We got everything but that by the looks of it. Nope. Well, I definitely had it. Might have deleted the screenshot I had to remind myself where it was, because I saw someone post it in Simulation Station's Discord. And that's what kind of sent me in that direction. That is weird. But yeah, it is the extra used vehicles. It is by Falcor. So I think I can just share that with you right here. And not get in trouble. There you go. That is it. Extreme used sales. We're way in right here. I'll get this little one back to the shop. Hooked up to that conveyor. A little messy. Even though people still pull out in front of me. Randy, so far it's worked pretty good. I use it on the Oran series, the realistic farming. The only thing I've noticed with Judith, I've used it on as well, is it'll duplicate a lot of the same mods. And it'll kind of pick mods over base game, which in theory is probably good, but you keep seeing a lot of the same ones pop up that I never want, which is just how it falls. But no, just something, like I said, I saw someone else share it, came across it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. And indeed it is. Make sure we stay in that. And my question is, if I use my joystick, joystick does nothing. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's good. Never tried using the joystick in this situation, and I'm actually quite excited because that is a lot better. The only thing, spin this around. Yeah, I have to figure out or set up a key combo. Yeah, Randy, that was my thing. And then I noticed, I forget who it was, had it pop up. It might have been Fearsome Rhino had it pop up. And then I was like, wait a second. How are they doing that? How are they getting, 40-something mods to choose from? And then just as I started to search for it, somebody posted it, and I just confirmed it was in some station's Discord. So, but yeah, it worked pretty well. Like I said, I haven't had any issues with it other than it duplicates some mods. And it sells it for the same price, but that might have just been a glitch. Or people might have had two identical ones with the same hours. And where? Oh, he's at the end row. We're just gonna topped off right here. And get out of the way. Let's run away again. Let's sit in the harvester for a minute. It says get 8 minutes on this field. Harvesting beans. Fair amount of beans coming off this though, I'd say. We're not gonna see it. We won't see that grain cart full. But I believe if we go in here and take a gander, we just got to go to the Chula Co-op. So we can fill that truck right up, take everything to the Chula Co-op, and be just fine, which allows us to kind of have two fields. If this was a realistic series, I would say you probably could only put one in one hopper, one in the other, and kind of help them. But I mean, it actually might still be an opportunity to do that. Now that I think about it. 6 minutes. Let's go to our garage real quick. Actually, let's take another look. Anything new? No, nothing. Let's go to our garage. Let's look at our Merit. It holds 20 and 20. All right. I think it would hold 20 and 20. But what I'm thinking is we're working on David's land right now. So we will put David's in the front of the hopper. And then we will put Katie's in the back of the hopper. Her field is bigger, so it might be close. I don't know. We can try it. Randy, I use the Logitech X3D Extreme. See if I can show you here. There you go, Randy. I just shared that in the chat. That's what I use. Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. Kind of crazy. It's $64 right now. When I bought it, this was during the start of COVID, maybe a year into it. This is like 2021, I think is when I got this. But it was not that price. I just looked back too, and I paid $28. It was 10% off that. So I'm not sure if anything's changed. I know the demand for joysticks is pretty high now. So maybe that's why they've gone up. I mean, ideally, I'd like to try a farm stick. I asked them if they'd be interested in affiliating with the channel. They were not interested, but they also have a lot of big channels for farm sim already and for construction simulator, and there's one other game they had the farm stick gets used in now. Roadcraft, I think, has been using it. So you see a lot of those content creators already with that. But no, I'd like to try one out. I just can't justify spending $100 on something like that. But I did see, Randy, I think you definitely follow the farm sim guy. You have the farm stick? Nice. Do you like it? Do you have the newer one or the... Because there's like two different versions, right? Do you enjoy it? Do you find it simple? I mean, it looked like watching Farm Sim guy set up his, it looked pretty smooth. I've also seen, who was it? Drawing a blank here on the logging, the Farm Sim logging modder that uses them. They run duels and they do pretty well with them. But yeah, it's I mean, Logitech does the job. You just have to go through and manually set everything, which is kind of the tedious aspect of it. But it's done good. I mean, I've used it in, there's one series that was literally, it was like a survival series or building the town series, but I used it almost every other episode out of like the 50 something episodes. Wilhelmina, the Wilhelmina series, that was the one that kind of got a good use out of it, really focused on setting it up. And looks like we might be done. So this field is set. Put this in gear here. We'll come over on load and we're going to jump over the other field. The other thing I'm going to do is turn off the straw swath. Probably a course play override again. Likes to do that, but we will unload. Jumping around here. We'll have to just make sure. Very nice, Randy. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I think Farm Sim was... Oh. Unfolded everything. But I mean, it looks like it's quite nice. It looks like everybody's enjoyed it. So maybe one day. I was actually interested, so I kind of built my own computer desk to fit the farm sim setup. But Farm Sim Guy shared today a video about a stand that kind of allows you to fold up and pack and play in a way, which was kind of nice. So we can do that, we'll generate that. And we want to take straw swath off. Deactivated, perfect. And we'll go first waypoint. And they're on their way. So we will not have enough to fill that hopper over into the next chamber, which works out. So we'll go unload this. We know we can just hop over on the next field. Which I'm wondering if I try to drive the truck out here. I mean, it is a little deformed terrain. Let's at least get the front. For David. And I do also run a Logitech wheel. I think mine's the G29 because it's the PlayStation Logitech ribbon. Which is crazy because that's like another $100 from what it used to be too now. I know sim racing and all that's become the big thing. Wow, that almost topped off. I'm actually curious now. We might not be able to get all Davids in there. 90%. Okay. So a little, it's gonna be a little snug to get the rest of that in from this other field, from Katie's field. We'll see what the actual yield comes off as. Maybe we get it all in there. If we keep it somewhat realistic on that farm, and be cool, but also understand if we can't. I guess that gives us a moment to do some shopping. That's fair, Randy, that's fair. Yeah, mine, like I said, just a lot at the time. I was just like, you know what, it's something to do during the winter months. And living up in the Northeast, you know, it can be long. So, saw it on sale. I think it at the time was $180 for the foot pedals and the wheel, and went with it. And it was just a challenge of getting it to work with the setting, the space, and everything. Was able to finally make it work by building my own desk and getting the fit in the corner. But I definitely think, even though they're a little pricey, those stands are pretty impressive. Be interested to see how the long term they hold up. Just looking at some of the material to it. But I think those run for about the same price as a farm stick right now, $125. I heard a chime. Alright, so we got that. The low loader is what popped up. So there's nothing really standing out that we really need to go buy. I mean, there was a pickup truck. Yeah, there's actually a Super Duty bed, and then there's the actual Super Duty King Ranch. Gives us a truck. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And that I forgot to remove. That needs some work done to it again. The tires all messed up. But I don't see any further equipment other than maybe the King Ranch. Which is, wow. That's quite the beat up King Ranch. I would say that's definitely a beat up King Ranch, and they want $39,000 for it with no bed. Hmm. 45% off. That's wow. I mean, that's a really beat up truck. We're gonna pass on that. If that's the plan. Really do like to lay out this map and the hills and stuff with it too. I thought I was gonna be well ahead of a mark this year. I think I just hit 500 hours on Farm Sim 25 on the PC. So we might, before the 1 year anniversary of FS25 being out, we might break 600s, possibly even 700, just because we are ramping up again. Obviously summer really slows down, but you're averaging like 35 hours a week. Every 2 weeks. But again, it's the late night stuff. That's why I said, you know what, I just gotta start streaming it more, and that'll work. I think I need to be going up by now. Nope, still at 60%. So technically only the second headland, but all that corn right there, that is ours. That tree in the middle. And we get the beans, so I guess that, alright, so that field connects to ours right there. That's interesting. There's a little connection point there. Yeah, 7,000 so far. So that's 2 headlands. I'm just trying to get a scope here. Definitely looks like a larger field. Let's jump in there. 9.29 acres, 6.7. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to dump them off in different, both crossover hoppers. But we'll be able to get both of these contracts done with that same truckload, I think. Unless Katie's yield is like through the roof, which right now it's kind of impressive. It is loading up. So it's 76 degrees in the game right now. Pretty impressive. Have to see. Now I do kind of wish, and I know realistic weather does the moisture. I kind of wish precision farming already had a feature like that in it. Just because realistic weather, I think, makes the fog a little bit too extreme, even when you have the features of it turned off. But it'd be nice to kind of have that effect, and I know, I mean, I think part of that does come from Thunder's mod in 25. least that's what I think of. Or not 25, 22, where he came out with the dry corn and stuff at the end. That's what it kind of makes me think of and falls into that place. Where moisture really mattered and you have the drying system in place and so on and so forth. So it's giving the lights, but it's 85% still. Now I was going to start working up and down. Yeah, there we go. Working those. I'm trying to see. 86%. Nothing else you can really do on our farm right now because we have the harvester we need, which when we get done this field, unfortunately do have to go do the other one, field 28. But like I said, I'll jump around. I don't know. Part of me says we should just harvest ours first right here, field 26. Instead of loading up, coming all the way back around. We have that little pathway right there. That might be our move. Just to literally farm our field 26 so then we can go close up 28. So maybe we'll do ours. We just have to remember to put ours away and then sell. As long as we don't end up having to make another run of the truck. That'll be the one catch here. Because we can drive right in here, open this up right to our farmyard. It makes it a little easier to get over there instead of driving back all the way around with this larger equipment. And I almost wonder... Let's go run over here. We got super speed for some reason. Do not think we can actually... Ooh, we can. We can. That might be an opportunity. I don't know if we get around the tree. I don't think we're going to drive across the lawn, but we can drive right down through here. So, when that works. Needs to be unloaded, of course. Now here's a question for everybody here. What is a common event for you to do on Labor Day weekend if you have it off? It's a 3 or 4 day weekend. I feel like one of the things I hear a lot of people do is it's the last camping trip of the year. So that's the common thing I hear, is it's the last camping trip of the year. That's right too, Randy. It was in seasons FS19, right? Or no, that was FS17 that had moisture. Just about. Yeah, seasons back then, that was something. FS17, I think, is when I switched to PC. Because FS13, FS15, and most of FS17 initially were all on Xbox? Xbox or PlayStation? It was on one of the consoles. And then I got the PC and switched to 17. Pretty sure it was 17. And then 19 came out. 19 was... just brought a lot of great mods to it. FS19 will always kind of be up there for me just because of the amount of mods they brought into it. They kind of worked. I mean, it had seasons then too. Not to the depth I think we saw in 17 as a mod, but then you had the start course play. You had a lot of big size maps that were of quality. Like you had, you know, 4X's detailed like this. You started to see some of the 16X's even become that. You know, look at the 4X Flint Hills. Like that was a big one. Like big time firemen. Just a lot clicked with that. And there's the little details in it. Yeah, Randy, I think it was the same. I think I was Xbox then. I think initially I had FS13 on PlayStation. And did the same with 15, and I think I was able to get it for free or discounted through the Xbox store for something. I had 17 much on that, and then I decided to finally get a PC because you've seen guys like, you know, just different guys playing Farm Sim and using PC mods, and then I realized, hey, I'm missing out on something here. Haven't looked back since. I have thought about every time it's free to download on the console to do it, just I'd be putting in some serious hours if that was the case. Not that we already don't put in serious hours, but I'll hop in here for a second. Just kind of see this whole operation. So 16 minutes of harvesting this field to go. Question is, how many soybeans do we get off this? And like I said, I think I'm going to send this right into our field after. If we don't have to, we just have to make sure that we don't have to run the truck back and forth again, because I don't want to dump somebody else's beans into our silo. County line was good. FS19, it was a 4X map. I did a Let's Play on it. In my head I'm thinking Genesee, but it's not Genesee. Let me look. Yeah, this one goes way back. Oh, I had Nebraska lands. I really liked that one. That was another large map where the town had a little bit of detail to it, similar like county line. How far back can we go? I'm just looking real quick here. Sort by oldest. I'm gonna go way back here. And FS19 had the Cajun Dairy. That was a decent little map. I have to look back who made that map, because that one was one that wasn't bad. Shellbrook was another one I liked. Parker, that is the one that just came out by, I'm hoping I got this right, Hispano. It doesn't let you see who makes it here, but that's what it is. It is the 6160. It has the header that floats. I'll show you right here. The Terraflex. And I want to say I thought it was Hispano, but it might not be Hispano. It could still be Hispano. Lincoln Creek. There you go. I was trying to think in my head. I'm like, there is one that was like a cult classic. Lincoln Creek and Medicine Creek. Medicine Creek was one I played over and over. And I'll be honest with you, even if somebody did make it and bring it back for a fourth time, or fifth, might be even fifth now. Medicine Creek was just, the layout of it was enjoyable. I think there's maps now that have caught up to that standard. You know, look at how good Ray County is. Look how good UMRV was updated. Judith Plains right now I think is really good. Thanks, Parker. Oklahoma 4X I enjoyed. I know there's more in here. There's Lincoln Creek. One of the small mod hub maps I actually enjoyed because you could really do a lot of customizing to it and it just flowed for me was Black Mountain. The Yukon map was another great map I enjoyed. We played some Polish maps back in the day. What else we got in here for maps? Somewhere in Canada I enjoyed. That was a good little map. That was by DJ, I think. Hazard County was good. I enjoyed that one. Oh, what was the other one? There's one more out there that really stood out. The Nebraska Lands was the start of Blue Plains Dairy, which is kind of a big one for us on the channel. It's gonna bug me now that I can't find this one. There was one Papa Smurf had made that was, at the time, a good map. Wildland? No. Wild Wild West. That was a 16X. That's nice, yeah. I was wondering, he's probably going to bring Lincoln Creek back. I know he just put out New Glarus. Mercer County was another good one. I know that's been kind of getting worked on in the background. I don't know why I just cannot think of the one other one. Lone Oak was like a cult classic back in the day for Farm Sim. If you played Lone Oak and you're in the chat right now, you know what I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat. Well, that's what I'm trying to think, Randy. There was another one. Oh, Susquehanna Valley. That was the one that I really enjoyed. That map I wish had came back. That was one I really enjoyed. The end of 22. Enjoyed Hubbard. That kind of gave me those feels. I know I'm forgetting one more map, which also might have been Nitro Dad. I don't think it was Hazard. We did Autumn Oaks was another one that was good. It looks like we jumped into Oklahoma. Cajun, Susquehanna. So it might have been Hazard, but why can I not think? There's one more map out there. And now I'm gonna have to go on like a look. There's Shellbrook. I always want to say Genesee, but it wasn't Genesee. Chilliwack, I didn't mind. Could have used a lot more details in the town areas, but I kind of customized into that. That was a good one. Westby obviously is still one that continued on. Alma. I think there was a feel to Alma in 22, and I feel maybe there's too many maps now that can do it in 25, so you just don't see that, or I guess it just doesn't stand out as much anymore. Midwest Horizon is another one. I don't know why I cannot remember this one map. We did a lot of videos on it that might now be gone. But we gotta jump over here. Get this unloaded. We're cycling through looking for this map. Mercer County, somewhere in Canada. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna drive right up to that. I'm not gonna pull out. Seneca County. See, I wasn't too big on Green County, but Seneca County was the one that I was in FS19 obsessed with because of the size, the layout. It just brought a different feel. So yeah, it was Seneca County. Some backwards driving here. Take us to the end. Yeah, Seneca County was the big one. That is one I should look to kind of see, because there was things that were done with the FS19 and the FS17 versions of that actually somewhat aligned to the old mapping styles that now align with the new stuff. Because it's harder to convert if you were to convert an FS22 map, I think, over than the 19s, and I think 17's even better because of the system. And that's why I'm kind of shocked we haven't seen a lot of the older maps start popping up again pretty fast. So we got 20,000. I'm gonna go. I have another 10,000 for him. He's not gonna get another 10,000, or she. We're gonna actually wait right here, because they're not gonna get that much to put in there. They won't be full. You can kind of see where the trailer is. And as long as the trailer's not completely topped off and we have some left in the green cart, I'm gonna run this on our field, or at least open up a lane. I guess that is one thing I could do. And now, yeah, I would like to see, and I don't think it will, because I think Nitrodad has kind of stepped out of making maps. Susquehanna, River Valley, would like to see that come back. I would also, especially with some of the new material adding systems you can use now in map making, I'd like to see that. Seneca County. I know there's been some county lines that have been brought back that are kind of beat up, but I would like to see kind of a fully redone county line, just because of the town systems. And I think those are the three. Like, I could be fine without Medicine Creek. Like I said, I put a lot of hours onto Medicine Creek. And I just think at that point, it's, you know, now that we have so many textures, I think that's what made Medicine Creek initially mind-blowing is because it was the one to have the different style bales, different style textures. Even had alfalfa before a lot of maps had alfalfa. Cornstalk bales was another thing that Medicine Creek had at the time. I do need to go try New Glarus. I've seen a few people share some videos on it, but I need to go give it a try, I think. Just so many maps right now. I mean, I am enjoying Loran. I think I'm going to add a couple buildings to it. But the layout of that's pretty nice overall. Been testing Carroll, Iowa. I think that map's going to have a lot of potential when DR gets in a groove with it. Right now they're just working through a lot of the bugs. And then the clapped version and non-clapped version. I will say clapped version works great for me. I don't seem to have a lot of issues with it. Yeah, it takes a minute to plug in courseplay, but I'm not seeing anything that completely slows it down. I feel there's people that play with terrible mods that are slow, like half the performance, which is one of my things with row crop. I've continued to try again row crop, and I think, you know, Thunder's onto something. I kind of follow the discussions there in their Discord, and definitely will be game changing once it's figured out. There's just always little shifts that seem to just put it in a tough spot. Nice. I was gonna say, I thought I saw there was one that did get released, but sometimes I feel it's always, you know, somebody copies, pastes, and then releases it on those pay for sites. We'll put this in gear and we'll go unload, and we're gonna go to the truck first and see what we get out of this. Unfold and kick us right up here, that way we don't get tangled up when AI unfolds, or unfolds the header like that. McFly. These gears going here. Alright, so I think this will fit. I hope it fits. Keep David and Katie's soybeans separate. I think we can get it all in here. Well, it's gonna be close. Oh no. Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. Are we gonna be able to get this in the front? Or are we gonna have just a little bit left over? Oh, we are. I mean, technically they can probably prepare for that, right? We're gonna drive through and do our beans. I'm gonna at least open it up. I mean, we should just do our beans. We'll be fine. If I have to, I can take some out. It's the price of contracting, right? Yeah, we're gonna start our beans. We're gonna get our beans open, then we can swoop through the yard to get to the other field easier. And we'll just carry over that 3,000. Clear that current course. We're gonna bring down that notch. And send them on their way. Other problem we just ran into here. Will I be able to get enough run to get out of here? This will be interesting. There's a truck driver in chat. They're going to be laughing at this one. Just don't know if we got enough force and clearance. We do got enough clearance. Okay. I'm a master trucker now. That might be our best one yet. No jackknife, no stuck on the hill, and I'm about to floor it through a bunch of deer. Everybody look away. Oh, looks like they all escaped. Perfect. Alright, we'll get this in. Get these sold up. This actually says 40,700 liters. And then it say 4.8. Nice trailer though. We just gotta make sure we go to the right Trula Co-op door. Not like what we did last night with fertilizer. Should be able to take it right. No cars coming right. Blocked by an object. I bet you I know what object that is. We only had one soybean field, I just realized now. Thought I'd purchased two, but the thing I like about this map too is the roads. These are probably the best looking roads I've seen with the patches, and I know it repeats every so many feet, but that's just how the system works once you go through and put individual after individual down. But I like it. We're definitely, let's pull over here for a second and let's go see. Did I not call that? Well, there goes our momentum. There we go. Yeah, I figured that's what it would be, our fertilizer in the way. Should be a flashing red circle when we come in here. Scale is that way, pit 1 and 2 that way. What am I supposed to scale? Oh. Oh. Interesting. RSE says 0. Scale not working. Well then, off we shall go. scale. That changes things. Don't know what pit we're supposed to be going through, but we're going to assume just this one. Looks like I came in the wrong way. Yeah, pit 1 and 2. We went in backwards. So let's go up to the scale and go out the other way, must be. Actually, hold on a minute. That just gave us money. That should not have happened. Don't tell me it's glitching out. That should have been David's. Chula Co-op Grain. Chula Co-op Grain. Let's tag it. I mean, this is it. This is it. I don't know why it's giving us money. It's like a glitch in the system. Well, that's frustrating. Did not know that would happen. Is it because I still need to do the other one? No, because that should have counted. Oh boy. That's going to be a problem. That will be a problem. We weren't able to cash those out. And you might be able to cancel them for a fee if we're getting money. I didn't look to see how much we actually got. $10,000 maybe. Not good. Not good at all. Cracking right along though. Or if that's a glitch. It's created by me, or is it the map? Has anybody had that issue with this map? I don't think so. I think everybody's done contracts has reported it's been okay. But if not, please let me know. As I would like to avoid that error going forward. Thought that'd be a nice lump sum of money for us. That's gonna be one that's gonna hurt. How do we want to position over here? Well, this is ours. I'm gonna actually just swing around right here. Kind of tuck this under the tree. That just really puzzles me. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. I hate to cut those contracts off after doing all this work. And we could have been harvesting our own cornfields today. Thought for sure they'd be like, yeah, there you go, 100%, 100%, moving on. I mean, it's one of those things too, I wonder if it's a weird glitch where, because we took 2 different contracts down there that had the same place, they broke them. us now go into our silo. And then from there, we will hope that the next contract we do takes care of the rest. I guess I should have just hauled what we had down. That was an error on my part. Unless there's a bigger glitch here and we just don't know it. Wonder, should have looked at that harvester. 70% almost. This is a fairly decent little, oh yeah, now it's the precision farming side of it. Can't wait. Just about to say, you know, we might turn a decent little yield off this, despite the weeds, but never mind. I already see that it is not going that way. Yep. That is not working out. That's going to be a pretty low yield off this field, actually. I'm going to predict we end up with about 24,000 beans. And one might still question that. Yeah, that might be a reach to even say 25,000, looking at it now. I mean, we should get a little more out of that side of the field. We come into the yield maps here. Let's see what we get. pH, we knew was kind of just under 6. Nitrogen, yeah, nothing there, but it's soybeans, so yeah. Don't need that much. That helps with the environmental score. Our yield map is ugly on this. Let's hope that big section up there to the northeast of the farm, right up here. Let's just hope that's all going to be green in there somehow, because the stuff down here is not going to be. That is unfortunate. Not something that you hope to see. But hey. I'm curious though what we are going to do about the contracts. I think we're going to have to just kind of pay ourselves a certain percentage or take out what we thought. Come down on the finance page here. Harvest sales. Wage payments. Don't know what that is. Harvest income, we got $11,000 off those two. 15 grand is what we would have made, so we'd give ourselves, if we were to cancel those out, I'd say we'd give ourselves maybe 4 more. I don't know how. That is interesting. That's the selling station. That's where we brought it. Watch it be something crazy like we drove in the wrong way. Turn this around right here. I don't know if this is shorter or closer, but I guess either way, I guess we had a big loop to do. go get this harvester unloaded. Finish the second headland. Not put a tractor in the pond. To the timer on this one. Enjoy that power over. I'm trying to keep it centered on the hand cart. It's over 10,000. I know it's kind of maxed out. Right there. We'll stop. I think it'd kind of be cool. Maybe annoying too after a while. Farm sim when they overgrow like that and they still are feeding you and just pour out onto the tractor and the ground. Jump in that harvester. 30 minutes to do this one field? You can get a full truckload out of this. I really think we made 11,000, we lose 4. I say that's the price of those contracts. I just don't know why it's not counting that. That's really baffled me. What do we got? We got some cultivating contracts to do. 14. It's a nice little setup. They all use that Ford. That Ford. Yes, sir. I don't think you're going to touch that, though. Oh, I thought this was the same guy again. I'm like, wait, somebody else got that contract? 36 is a big one. It's not even the biggest contract, though. It's this one. Katie, she got another one. This one's corn, though. 30 acres. This girl's got some land. More soybeans right there. That's what I should have just did. I should have just did 3 of hers. She's got the land. Got to get in with the family. Maybe we'll get more farmland. We haven't checked in a while. We haven't gone over here. It shouldn't be much changed. I mean, we're on 2x speed. Oh, Demco Fiber Dash. Hello. Nothing really else for us to grab. That's a flex draper right there. 51,000. Our Terraflex isn't bad. I mean, that's 12.5. Yeah, we could make money. Run that Mac down. I think we could make money. Now we're driving over the beans here. I mean, it's not that much of a difference in headspace, but the other one wasn't Terraflex either, though, was it? You got Demco cart and everything to go with it for the Macton. So you get that draper right there is 12.5. That's a flex. Whoa, the 17.4 is also a flex. Yeah. That is interesting. I don't think we have the horsepower to do it. you can get the transport. Ooh. That right there could be calling her name. That is $68,000. And they'll give me a case one, MacDon. Very nice, Randy. I think my first one that I drove on, I don't think it was an old International. Why can't I think of this name of these now? They're in the game. I'm going to show you. Actually, you know what? They may not be in the base game. I want to say smart, but it's not a smart. Yeah, it's not. There was a mod. Pretty sure it started with S. Same as same. S-A-M-E. Same tractor. That's what I was on. It clicked. Oh no. The meltdown's gone. I'm really thinking. I know we can't. We got 449 horsepower. I think we can. I think we can run that Mac down. Ooh. I'm thinking we run the Mac down. That's not getting out of the way here. The question is though, is the Mac down going to be too big for these fields and these drops? Even though it has the flex, you probably don't want to exceed 12. Ideally, I think we could still buy the 12. I just don't. That one's got transport wheels. See, it says it has transport wheels. It has the flex right there. That's 12 and a half. Then we go down. Yeah, this is just 255. Oh, it is Triflex too. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Yes, it's an extra $3,000, but I think we have to do it. Working lights, okay. I think we gotta do it. I think we're buying this straight up. And I think I'm about to do something crazy. We'll let that keep rolling. We're gonna go collect. I don't think we'll get out here. And this really is along this way. Because we're gonna hold on to the other one for right now. But ideally, my thought is here that if that Magnum does the job we need to do and work some kids like this, yeah, we're gonna sell the other one. But if it doesn't work, we're gonna sell the Magnum one. This will probably could have just took it down. Unless it was something. I'm excited. That one comes with the transport already in it. And that'll actually cut a lot of time. Ours corn harvesting. We don't have anything with the flex. I'm hoping we have enough horsepower. wobbly. I'm thinking in my head already, I probably should be at 600 horsepower. Not really dry. And look at this thing. It's huge. Swivel and swivel and swivel. There we go. Make sure we took out that last brick there. And now we'll definitely put this on. That's exciting that we found this. Old Guy Farms, how's it going? Well, welcome to the stream. We're gonna try something. I'm feeling bold here. I definitely think this is worth trying. I mean, we're really gonna get in trouble for the bad contract. Should be turning around right here. Back over here. Hook back up on this. This is the end. We'll bump that off. We don't have much in here. We'll swing this around. This is Ray County by No Creek Farms. It is a PC only map. I probably should go back to putting those in the descriptions. That's one of the things I forget to do. A little rusty in this time here. Alright. First and foremost, kick that out, drop that header. And then let's try this. Moment of truth. Will this work? And will this work to the standard we need it to? Nice. Now that one, was it an update that just came out, Old Guy, or was that one that's been out for a while, or just came out? Because I thought for some reason I'd seen it somewhere else. But maybe it was just a testing. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be quite a bit of weight on this too. Be interested to see if our back end comes off the ground when we hit some of these washouts. We're going to give it a try. Do some manual harvesting here. Testing out the systems. If this works, I mean, we can make another $15,000, $20,000 back. That's why I love the used market. Make sure it's all powered up. It's got tri-flex, and this flexing already right there. I like to see that. That should help. That should help. Better to try it on our own bid, I guess. That way we don't feel we're a little responsible if we mess up somebody else's. 17.4 meters on this one. It's quite a bit. It's going to be interesting with the pipe length on this too. I don't think we can get a longer pipe for this one. Probably swing back around and just finish up this piece right here to be done with that section. Or you know what, maybe we'll just run along the edge and just go right down. When we come back up, we can clean this up. Kind of see what we get here, because this will take out quite a bit of what we have actually. This is a huge header. I was not expecting to ever have something like this out here. For being a flex, I always forget the MacDonalds have the flex drapers, and large Yugo they do have the trifold and triflex, not trifold. How's the moment of truth? Do they work these well? And they do. That's a pretty deep one. I mean, it was a little lengthy too, so you had a little space to get back up and down. Now over here we'll get another test to see how it works. But right now this header is looking pretty good. Looking pretty darn good. Tap that 6 miles per hour, which is fine, it's expected. Yeah, look at this. See, there goes flexing again. Alright, I'm happy. This purchase is worth it. We can send the other one back. So once we get started on the next field, we'll send the other one back, get our money for it. And we'll be grains and beans in the future will be pretty quick, I think. With this size of header on them. Won't make it around the field as far now either though. But it'll be a lot easier to upgrade knowing that we have this MacDon header. Swing at this little bit right here. To see if we can clean this right out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Power shuts down pretty easily on this though. Here we go. Just missing these, just enough movement and wiggle room back and forth. We missed it a little bit in that corner, same right here. So yeah, we're not gonna be able to get all this. We're gonna have to do a little cleanup pass. It's alright. That can be done. All we can do right here is we're just gonna go right off the end, swing around and do it again. We shouldn't be leaving that kind of row of beans. We're gonna just drop it. Definitely some weight to this piece of equipment now. But it is flexing pretty darn good. Oh, we gotta clean up by the barnyard. We can't have that growing in the back of our shed. And look how easy that looked, just swinging around like that. This is a beast now. Yield map, I'll definitely take a look at that after we get this over to the next field and running. That yield map is not looking pretty. quite a bit of green speckles up here, but that's about it. Too much to put in our silo, unfortunately. Now another thing I'd be curious of, maybe it's a glitch because I started harvesting my own field. We're about to find out. So we'll get this done, we'll get the truck loaded into the silo, move this over to the next field, get it started there, we'll go back, sell another header. We'll do this job. This is just too good of a deal to pass up. The end like that. No. Gotta turn down the player speed on this thing. Running like, actually Lego doesn't run that fast, I don't think. And his saves. We'll get him back this window. You know, it's a busy time of year for him. About empty, right? Did we get to 25,000? We do not. 1100 short. Question is, where do we put it? We will not be able to put it all into one. Anyway. So, we'll load up the front first and then we'll go to the back. Drive right around this bend and hopefully from there 11%. Trying not to take in the tree or the trailer. Should have thought about that in the parking group. I said we'll detach this from now. We're gonna have to run over and sell the header after we get that harvester up and running for our last contract field. But now, the other thing we can do should be nice. I should be able to just pull in here like this, hop over, if I had actually pulled in correctly. Oh, you know why? I was pulled in correctly. There we go. It's all going in the bins. Love to see it. And I'll just be able to swing it back. So that works so much nicer using the joystick for this. To just swing that arm like that. Probably should just be driving this over. And that is all she wrote. And that's the beauty of this, is I can just swing this back now. That's nice. Close that. Drop that. Grab it. We won't be able to sneak through the yard, I don't think. It's alright. This could be a problem. There it goes. It's just on the left far enough, I guess. We're gonna have an issue there. And we got room to pivot with this too. So this is actually all around better move, I think, for us with this Smackdown. I think that was the play. As tempting as it is to want to try to sneak around through the yard. Yeah, the soybean field is right there, but it's not worth it. We don't need to rip our yard up for a contract. I think everybody can probably agree on that. And we're only going down the road a little ways. Even though yesterday, what a way to start a stream. We were struggling to get out of that dealership to get down to this drive-in. We're right here next to it. I just didn't want to do that other farm that's pretty common. Everybody else has been kind of playing on that red farm. I'll call it red because it was tanned. This one's got no animals. Jump in here, buddy. There we go. Get this down here. Get this started, and then I'll bring the header back, sell that. Like I said, we'll make hopefully like 14, 15K off of that. Though thinking about it now, we technically might owe back. I mean, we should still make money, but we might owe. I think we financed the header. I just realized that. We financed it, but in the end, what are you gonna do? Try to swing this in here. I don't know how it's going to go. We might have enough of an angle to kind of get this in there. There we go. Just gotta brute force it a little bit. Alright, with that said, and try not to take out trees here. And drop this down and work our way in. Oh yeah, so we're fighting. We are fighting. That's what I was wondering. Well, let's try course play. Because course play is usually a good test of something that's not going to fit what it needs to do. Perfect. Looks great. kept up speed-wise. I think it's fine. I think we're good. So we're gonna go get rid of this header and take what we can get more. Forget about the financing aspect of it. We already paid 10 down on it. We already paid a couple monthly payments. So we'll get this back. Or to the store, sell it, and we need to come grab that run cart. Have to find a place to get the truck set up over there too. I'm sure I'd like to own those plots of lands, especially the one we're doing now. That's right in our backyard. That's a huge piece of land. We could definitely put the other 2 fields over there to plow them together. I'm not too worried. There's options. Okay. Cars anymore. That's the goal the rest of the night. So what they do is I have to turn on this one close enough. Trying to think, there's a point right around here. I think it's there. There we go, dealer options. We can repair. We're gonna repaint this. And they'll sell it to us for $102,000. We paid off the vehicle loan. We did not get much money back. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lesson learned. Another one of these things that we had a lease for. Probably shouldn't have done. Let's kind of hop in, take a look at the axle plow. Right, Massey, Magnum, all the big pieces of equipment. 4418. What is the 4418? Case IH. It's the corn header. So the corn header is on there. Note to self. Oop, wrong button there. Jumped out of a moving vehicle. Never a smooth move to do. Nothing else to buy here. And get out of the way. This car and come back because the harvester is probably filling up pretty quick with that header. Some cultivation or tillage equipment as well. Beans, not too worried about what we're calling different to look that up. Really sold that. No monthly payments. That's keeping right, cutting a lot of the loans and monthly payments out as we go. It's obviously holding. These jobs we have would help us out with some income. So I tried, don't want to really get into all the thousand, my ability to prepare. I should have. That was about $800,000. Just in case you had not seen it last night, it is $800,000. The other banks. We have 15 years to pay that off though, so I'm not too stressed out about that. I think I'm going to stop there. But definitely want to get the larger equipment paid off. And that can kind of become a recycle to itself. But when you use the market, there's opportunities somewhere. Just wondering, maybe something to do for this season. We're just kind of playing, but maybe we should limit ourselves to not purchasing more land until we get caught up in funds. That could be a grind though too. I'll leave it up to you guys to kind of discuss it in the chat. Alright, so the harvester's right there. Pull this back over here. Should hopefully be out of the way, because I need to jump into the truck. And we will definitely gonna need that truck over there. And we do need to get a smaller conveyor belt auger system. So I could probably put some of that fertilizer right up into the hoppers. Go. It needs to be unloaded. It's like I knew what was about to happen. So we definitely want to be turned around with this when we get in there. Hey Randy, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in and supporting the channel. Sebastian, what do you need help with? And welcome, by the way. What do you want to talk about, Sebastian? Farm sim? Cutting yourself, huh? You should... You got any friends, family with you? Oh, way down there. Bit of a drive to get around. Sebastian, if you feel like harming yourself, I would encourage you to call medical help. I don't know exactly what country you might be in, but in the US there's options. In Canada there's options. They do hotlines. Too much about the Canadian health system, but I do believe they do have lines to call to, right? They have clinics as well. Family member you can call right now, a close friend, that might be able to calm you down, talk you through it. sometimes it helps with clarity. Sebastian, if it's to the point where, you know, you're inflicting harm to yourself, I think you should definitely, you know, go to a medical expert on that situation. Somebody you don't want to take lightly and just kind of power through. I would, you know, if you're feeling that at that point and you can't really break that feeling, that action, you should definitely, you know, seek professional level help. It's common to feel sad and down after the loss of somebody you care for, but if you're inflicting harm on yourself and that's you, I would strongly encourage you to seek, you know, professional assistance, you know, whether it be a walking clinic, hospital, like the old guy said. You know, there's tools there. Everybody pays into those tools. We'll keep working this. I don't think we've got anything else. Oh, look at this. Big series up here. Be quite a turn of an operation to switch into that John Deere 9000 series, though. Yeah, we're going to have to hold off on that one. Trying to see what we can do here. Trying to think of other pieces of equipment. We gotta find tillage. That's gonna be the biggest thing we gotta do is we do gotta find some tillage that we're gonna have to purchase. Hopefully something pops up that's affordable. Header, I mean, making it might work. Let's go back 30 minutes with this size header, this size field. We're going to slow our time down a little bit so we get time to get the corn done. Sometimes, Sebastian, it takes telling them again. You know, they don't know if it worked every time. His header's flexing pretty good. It looks like it might have missed a little bit over there, though. That's probably the hardest point for that to get in there right there. Is going to be that turning and trying to go uphill and then back across. That's probably why that header missed. Will this clean up this gap right here? Is this going to go off? And yeah, I think that's just a tough spot to get this header flat enough down in the flex. See what it does right here. Misses. See, it gets it right there. So I think it was just an odd quick turn for it right there, and that's why it missed. We'll get this down there. We're going to have to go empty that. This thing in gear. Backing up to the road, or trying to pivot. Looks like he's just going to pivot. That's where he's actually leaving stuff behind, is his pivots. You definitely square this field up a little more. Not like square it, but probably some edges where it's not dropping down in these little washouts. But I will say, this does give me a feel like Medicine Creek. What is going on here? Oh, he's trying to, I see what he's doing. He's trying to clear up. Trying to clear it up for me. Interesting cut forward angle there, and then a cut back there. Probably should turn off swather, or not swather. I need this to actually stop now that I think about it. Yeah, we're going to have to definitely be in a position to back up into this. Oh, looks like another glitch. So I was wondering if that would happen, but now it has. And there's a glitch of an image looking like it wasn't doing it. Wages, everything like that. User settings, that's all active. Where is the stop while unloading? Not that one. I think that's the best thing to do, Sebastian. Get the professional help and work through the situation. You know, it's not always going to be perfect and there's going to be challenges with it, but you just got to keep trying to work through it, alright? Hopefully we'll see you in here again soon. So I can't find Setting. Well, here's something we do need to turn down. These prices for all this stuff. Because that just gets out of control. General, you know, percent farming, no. None of these have what we're looking for. Have a good night, Sebastian. I hope we see you in here again soon. There's a way to... Needs to be unloaded. There it is. For some reason, why did that not... I just realized that was not pulling up that menu earlier. Alright, here we go. Stop. Looking through, path, combine settings, stop while unloading, activated. And now we should be able to pull back up in here and unload. This unloaded. Definitely gonna need a bigger harvester down the road. Though it seems to be working these hills pretty well. Stop again. Just can't fit in there. That's why I need you to stop. I need a larger pipe. We'll go dump this in the truck. I don't have to pull so much weight again when we're down lower on the field. And we need to get into that corn harvest, that's for sure. Filled that front up in the back. Dumped a little bit of that in there. Close that. By the time we get done this field, I mean, we should be okay. Time-wise on the day now that we got it set to 1. So that's probably 20 more minutes, 21 more minutes, give or take. Let's get inside here and see all this raw, better power on this. I mean, that's just huge. It's too bad we can't get a larger pipe. I don't think we can. Nothing on that market still. Always want to check and keep that scoped. Harvester. Okay, there's no way to pull it up right here without being in a workshop. 6160, what we can do is we can actually go down in the store and go to the 6160s. that would be the one right there. 6160. We cannot extend that. Oh no. So that'll be the catch-22 with that one. But if we have a turn to waiting and stopping to unload, it might be alright. Don't worry, Sebastian. Like I said, I hope to see you in here next time we stream. But make sure you're just seeing the people that you know can help. And even though you may not always agree with it, just work with them. Okay? Wish you the best. I think we're just missing a little bit. And I wonder if it's just when we pivot turns. If this is going to be where we're probably going to miss them again. And it's just because it offsets that header on the turn point. Pretty clean little cabin here, though. Haven't seen any critters in this field, have we yet? No turkeys, no bucks. Short stuff, it'll be popping back and forth. That's the big thing with getting this header cranked around. Keep going down, or is it going to stop here and pivot back? I hope it keeps going. Finish this piece. With that said, let's go hop into our precision farming map and look at that beautiful yield map. Oh, that's tough. Alright, so definitely where there's a lot of washouts, that was where it was terrible yield. We're going to shut that off. So 55 and 60. So not 50. Not terrible. Yeah, some of those. Got a little bit of 125 in there. $120 was kind of the big one. 90. 85. Yeah, 85. So that 80% range was kind of the hit point for us. Looks like he kept going all the way down, which is nice, because now I should swing all the way up. There's 60% capacity. We have beans coming in there. Don't know why. Not getting some fill-images. There's going to be some kind of mod in this game that I have in my folder right now that's probably resulting in none of these filling up. We don't have the realistic weather mod on, so it's not that. I'm trying to think what other mods. We don't have straw harvest because people have been having issues with that still, and it's not playing well with mod maps. So So we'll kind of hold off on that. And actually, I think Genesee County by Jay Dunn, I think, just updated his map because they were having issues with straw harvest. And I'm not sure if they found the solution. It sounds like it's still straw harvest, which is what straw harvest has done before. I feel like it took straw harvest 3 months after being released for it to finally work out all the kinks, and then still really just wasn't that effort. It's kind of like it fought the new crop type selections with pallets and everything else. For the most part, usually you can just change the fill type name and you're good to go. It balances out. Because like dried corn, that was the common thing with dried corn. I felt like dried corn, every other map, somebody had a different name for it. I could not believe how many different versions of dried corn there were. So I was glad with Fusion when he went through and made his mod that kind of brought it all together in one Loki. But yeah, we're trucking along. 12 minutes left of work in this field. We're at 80%, which means we're gonna hop out and we're gonna go meet this harvester. If you're here tonight, I just want to thank you. Like I said, we haven't really streamed since March 11th. This is the last time we really streamed, and last night we did one to get this set up, and wow, we're running back-to-back nights, which, looking back, I don't think we've done that in probably 3 years. We just got to stop for us to back in there. We can do that. I hope he should be getting pretty close. There it is. Got that in, get him back on the... Threw me off there when he started shutting the pipe again. Shouldn't clip it. Should get it right here. That 10,000 won't be enough. We'll have to fill it one more time before we take it to the truck. Then we can run that down to the co-op. Guess I could have backed up further. A little bit of a glitch on the back. If you're out here tonight and you have a Twitch account, you can do me a favor if you're watching from YouTube and just go follow the Twitch channel as well. Just trying to get both of them balanced out in the same numbers. I know some people just don't watch Twitch or have an account. Totally fine, but if you do, go give the channel a follow. Still plan on multi-streaming those. But again, it helps reach different partner programs, which is our goal. I think yesterday was our first ever Twitch stream. Now that I look back at it, think about it. And we're already up to 7 followers, maybe? Late hours farming. should have looked when this got full to see if that was showing, or still showing empty. Because then there's like a fill glitch, or a fill plane glitch or something going on in the mod. Hoping our corn brings us some good money. I think that's all to be sold in January. Looking back here. Beans, July, 540 is the max price. Oh boy, not close there. Prices, corn. Corn is January, and it is, because it's hard economy, it is $3.33. So it is not much money to be made on corn either. Dry stocks. We're gonna try corn in here. Dried corn on $3.86. Nothing crazy there. We don't have a dryer. Was there any other kind of corns that we had? We do not have any other corns. Cornmeal. Ooh. There is a seller. The train does take care of that. Cornmeal. So wait a second. Cracked corn. That might be the option. Gotta wait till May. That one's January. I just don't think we have the tool sets for that though. Looking at this. Corn stalks, $25. Not really worth bailing either. Come over here. Let's take a look at factories, right? None of these make cornmeal. Even close to the volume you would need to keep up. Which is funny because it's telling me those are all silos, post office, plant-based, extended grain mill, $325,000. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, plant-based, not gonna work for that. Flour crusher, that's not gonna work. Grain mill plus is $196. That's the one I think we need. We just don't have. Drying bin. We do have STMR, propane tank, grain drying bin, older one. That could help. That could help. Treated seed production, Pilsner pack. All right. Definitely some options out there. Just about down here. Not far off, that's for sure. Oh, we gotta run away? Nope, just resetting. Thought we had a runaway harvester for a second. Just about done this. Another contract, which we hope, that's the big thing here, we hope when we get down there that they take it. That's good to hear, Sebastian. Get that up. There we go. So that'll be... I have a feeling this contract is not going to work either. Just have that feeling. We got... we're going to have to come back for one little load possibly as well. Which honestly... it might go on our silo. We're not getting paid for it. It might go on the silo. One thing I do want to check is... yeah, see, we got a glitch. It's not filling up in there. This will fill the truck. Don't close. Just gonna make sure we don't hit it here. There we go. Then we'll have to run this to the truck, top the truck off, and then we'll grab the rest of it. Which won't be too much. A few spots that we just gotta get into the way the lane's laid out. This is going to top off our truck anyway. Get this unloaded. So we'll definitely top off the truck. Spin it around and make one more pass. That should top that off. We got 348 liters left. Spin around. We're actually going to sit right here. Because that harvester's going to have to come unload. So I gotta go to Chula, and there goes the Alto. Shut this off. What jump do we have? Which is another whole 622 liters. So not much. We might get 1,000 liters left over. We can probably just bring to the farm. Then I think I'll drive all the way back to the co-op for this. But I will say this Macdon Terraflex, well, this one's actually not Terraflex, it's just a Draper Flex. But it worked. I feel it worked well. to get some gas though before we get into the corn harvest. But the big thing right now for us is we need to jump in here. And we need to go see if this is going to work. Because we're not going to make much money doing it. We'll make $11,000. And we would have fell quite short of what we should have actually made across using our own equipment. Which would be frustrating. But I'm hoping maybe, you know, we're going to do this right this time. Make sure we're pulling the right way. The car inched forward once it saw I was committed to pulling out. Gotta love when they do that on this. But yeah, so this is the red farm over here to the right that seems a lot of people use. I know the squad's using it. Probably, was it Grant that's on it? Maybe Grant that's using that. Farm Sim guy. RC, I don't think he's using this one. I think RC using the one where we're at. Cooking along here at 51 miles per hour with 40,000 liters of soybeans. Like I said, I'm hoping that this will close up the contracts. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. We'll have to cancel them and we might end up not making any money on this. Because the fine for canceling them might outweigh what we actually are making. So we're going to go the way that it looks like you're supposed to technically go. And now this is backwards, I think, on the scale. I'm sure is it activated probe. That's what propane is, did you know? So we're gonna go in this way and see if this may be. I'm just looking at that, making sure that we haven't missed anything, but it's definitely up on the hill. Now it's working. So it really came down to us going in the wrong way. Or it's a pit 1, pit 2 thing. That completed one contract. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to complete the second contract. So I'm not sure why or how that got botched, but I hope it does the big one. That's frustrating. So because I want to do this, this is not the realistic one. So we're gonna be okay with this, right? Soybeans, fill unit 1, fill unit 2. Whoop, nope. We do not want wheat in there. We want soybeans. So Lane, was it the live stream that brought you in, or was it? Well, Oh, looks like we just had an internet. Looks like we're resetting. A little bit of an internet outage. So I think now you guys can hear me. Lane, what brought you here tonight? Was it the live stream? Was it a Discord channel? You know, video just pop up on YouTube? Well, let me know. I'm always interested to know when I get a new sub how they found the channel. Kind of get an idea of how the algorithm works. Alright, so we got a lot of corn. We're gonna regroup here at the farm, kinda. Very nice. Well, I'm glad you saw that, and welcome in. Sometimes our streams can be a little chaos. Sometimes they can be hilarious. A lot of the times, we're talking about food. Scorpion did not come in here bringing any food talk in though tonight, which was shocking. I was ready for all the food talk. Alright, so now I'll jump over. We get this back to the farmyard. I gotta see if I got a fuel tank up there. Literally is our backyard right there. I just don't want to drive across. The 9900 is on OS mapping and moddings. It is public now. So they send you to their share file folder and you'll be able to download it from there. It's OS mapping and modding. And it is a PC only mod. It's actually, you probably know about the North Dakota map, Forest River. It's actually the same modder that made that map is the one that released this truck, the 9900. It's not on Itch. You have to go to his Facebook. Unfortunately, it's the only place he posts it. Share drive on Facebook. Nice. What farm are you on? You on the main red one? Whoop. As I say that, this could be a problem. But I can try not to take out. As I say, we've had no real chaos tonight other than the unloading issue. And then there's our moment. We just took out our fence. I wonder if farm similar become destructible environments like Battlefield. Yep, the old red. That's what we were just kind of talking about a little while ago too, about how we see a lot of that. So looking at this, I think we need to work the 2 fields we have here first, and then we'll jump into our 3 little ones. I don't know if that's the better plan or not. Right now, I need to just get out of the way, because I need to get this 1,000 meters back over there. It's not 1,000 meters now, so 2 years to pay it off. 1.5 million. What level of economy you plan on? That can be pretty tough. Or hard. I mean, you see the prices in here, right? Corn, there's not much to it. You get enough pigs going in the second year, though, you might be able to manage it. Pigs can be a moneymaker if done right and you get the crops to feed them. Now, are you using realistic livestock? I am not in Canada. I am in New England. Easy still might. Like I say, easy you still might be able to. I think corn's at $900 on easy, but normal will be a good little challenge. forgot how many pigs those pens allow in that farm. I'm gonna try something here. Maybe we get lucky. I guess we'll have to go over the joystick then. Darn. That's a bummer. All this for 970 liters of soybean. Definitely want to convert this into more of a yard. If we expand this farm, I'm thinking this will be more of a yard. That is. He released that. Trying to think of what the other piece was. Maybe a little snug there. I was worried that I pulled up. Like just missing it. Maybe right there. I wish you could unload it from that point. You can't. Well, there we go. Hop back out, hop back in. Switch it over. Just fold it up because we gotta move it. I mean, we're in this already. We can do this fairly easy. This is not too bad. Almost need to get a drive over the Soaring Eagle. So there we go. That's it there. That is also set. Part of me is saying we should do the small ones. No, what are we doing? What are we doing? We want to go to the store. Nothing new. I think we gotta do the small ones. What we do need to do is we need to fill up on fuel. Bring that around. See if it gives me the option. I might have to buy fuel for the tank. Yep. Alright. Oh no. That was not supposed to happen. Refill silo. Diesel. Yes. Buy 5,000 liters. Outstanding. Now we can fill up. Yeah, it's a great truck. It's actually running pretty well. I love the Merit trailer especially. I was actually looking more forward to the Merit just because there is a fair amount of trucks out there, but the Merit and the 9900 are a pretty nice fit for this setup. How much diesel fuel are we going through here? Getting hung up on everything now. Or, you know what? We can cut right through the back. Because we're going to go to field 23. Just make sure that it's good to go. And then we can come back to 12 as we work our way back. Or vice versa. Either way we can get the out section. So maybe we'll go right to 12. We're going to take the back roads. We'll get this set up. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because we did the contract. I was like, I'm just going to use our friendly neighbor's field. We harvest it, we get rights to drive across it for right now. There's the pathway. Probably should be doing some most compaction on it. But oh well. I think, yeah, we'll end up doing more harvesting. If I should do some stuff offline, or if we should just save this for next week. So I really do like the layout of this map. That's one thing for sure. Oh, there's a train. I had not encountered the train yet. We have. So this is actually my field right here. How long's this train? But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back and do this other one. Work back to this and then go right into the other field. So yeah, I haven't seen the train, and now we do, and it's a big one. I think right now what we're going to do is we're going to get all the equipment set up. There we go. Alright, we got a while to go to get this crossroad. Which does fit through here, which is nice. Yeah, we gotta hopefully knock out all these fields. Well, there's as high as 75. There's our field. No question. Oh, you know what? We can get right in here. That's perfect. But I like the backward feels to this map. I think that's the biggest thing for me. You got a little bit of that center. No real town. I mean, No Creek, that's usually the design. It does feel nice. Just a different pace of a map. Not sure what our yield will turn out here, but slow getting this 9 in a gear, but I think it's still worth their trade up. So we'll use our neighbor's field to get nothing in it. We'll probably have to get a cultivator large enough. Probably having to do the tillage farm anyway. I'll make up for it. Figure out some space for the truck. Probably bring the truck over there after or later. We all know we could definitely make more of a roadway back way. A little easier. take the truck that way though. It is getting a little soft out there. I don't know where we're gonna put the truck, to be honest. Might have to be up there. I think that's where yeah, let's come in the other way with the truck and kind of see what the road shows us. I think that's the best plan of action on the table right now. And we'll come in this other way and kind of see if there's a point for us to settle the truck in. I'm thinking probably this corner. I think that's when Simulation Station was playing in this map in the earlier stages. I think this is where he kind of parked, was up in here somewhere. We know we're gonna have to probably don't want him to turn around. The ditch might be low enough to get in there. So we're gonna use probably the T up here to turn around and get in there. I guess it's a little bit of a slope there. Now let's test my trucking skills here. Clip it. Nope, we got under it. There we go. Turned around. Like I said, we'll drive it up here. And then a flat spot we can kind of use as a loading point. We're not really taking up the load. Probably right here is just fine. Shouldn't be in the way of the harvester. It gives us a go. And just make a turn point down there. So I think with that, we are going to probably call it a night. I appreciate everybody that's come in, check the channel out. Get some new subscribers tonight. You know, chat was busy. Like I said, we stream on both YouTube and Twitch for the channel now. Trying to get the follower count up. So if you're already following on YouTube and you do have a Twitch account, go ahead, click the follow button on Twitch and help us out there. And then you have a choice where you can watch it. But no, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Appreciate the likes. It helps the channel grow and expand. And until next time, Farmer Ties out.